Okay. Uh, you mean if the video is playing? Mm. Okay. Can I start talking? I should have a full glass first. Then I'll start singing. I'll give you examples. Okay. All right. We are going to just briefly, I think, talk about the CCO kind of thing that we always deal with when we're working on our sets with the band. CCO makes sense to you? Culturally cool opportunity? Okay. CCO, okay, they told you what it is.
CCO, culturally cool about telling you.
That was good. Okay. So, I don't know if y'all read my little philosophy thing last month. I thought it was really clever. Yeah, thanks. Okay. And it was about this kind of thing and how you can't really have a formula for it. It's just that stuff you learn by hanging around it. And why I always really encourage people to go hang out at a nightclub if you're going to dance with the band, because then eventually you can start gleaning what is powerful to them and what they are finding interesting. I remember one time some people asked me if I felt like I knew what made an Arabic singer good, and I was like, I'm not really sure I do. I mean, I'm impressed when they hold a long note, but it's really a lot more than that, like what makes that singer good. And so I'm still not entirely sure that I do, but I do think I recognize what most people appreciate in an Arabic singer, because I've heard the reactions so many times from the people that have some sense of judging that kind of thing. So that's what this is all about. So CCOs, culturally cool opportunities, can come in many forms. And so oftentimes they happen with some of these little bullets that I have here. For example, when you have some music that's playing and the groove picks up, like if, and I'm defining the groove by the rhythm and how it propels you forward. And so I'm using the dooms of the doom tech kind of thing as the propulsion mechanism. So, and I'm not saying that every time the rhythm changes, this is a CCO. I'm saying that this is possibly a CCO. So we should keep that in mind when we hear this kind of thing. So if there's a piece of music and there's a part of it that's going, the rhythm is doomed, doomed, doom, doom, and then it goes into doom, 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 doom. You sense the change. You sense the growth. You sense the increase in energy. May be a CCO. May be a CCO. May not. Depending on a whole bunch of other things. But that is certainly a place to be cognizant of. How are people reacting to that? Like if you're sitting in a nightclub and that kind of thing happens, you just pay attention. What is the band doing? Are they amping it up? Can you tell that this is it? This is a big part. You can read some of that kind of stuff. So that's one place to put your reading gear on. Another place is where they swap between instruments. If you see, and in a minute we're going to play a live concert over in the Middle East. If you see a live concert over in the Middle East, or watch a YouTube video of one, you'll see that, we get excited when we have 8 musicians behind us. Those singers have like 30, 40, 50 musicians behind them, and half of them are on the violin, okay? And then almost half of them are on percussion, and everybody else is a soloist. You've got an oud soloist, you've got a keyboard soloist, sometimes you have a guitar soloist, you have a ney soloist, But when it's string time, see, to us, strings is a flip of a switch on Ahmed's keyboard, or George Lamam, one strings, And then accordion is a flip of a switch on Ahmed's keyboard. But over there, strings means all these people are playing together. Therefore, strings aren't embellished, ever, because they got to play together. If they all embellished their own personal way, it would sound like the zills in the freestyle demos. That's everybody embellishing in their own personal way. So they've got to stay together. So we know that a huge characteristic of Arabic music is improvisation. That's where they can pour their soul into it. You're never going to hear that on strings. So when a section of music is playing and the strings finish up and a new instrument comes in, you can be pretty certain it's a soloist and this is their chance to pour their soul into something. Maybe a CCO opportunity, certainly an opportunity to change something, but it may well be one of those points. Just put your reading on. Okay, this could be it. Watch what's going on. How's everybody reacting to this? This could be it. This could be it. This could be the cool part. Okay. Certainly, if there's singing, vocal repetition, sometimes signals a CCO. Sometimes what's going on with it can tell you that one's coming up. And what I mean by that is that, there's a phrase in the music, whatever it is, bottle on the floor, okay? And if you've been in Nasser's Taksim workshops, he talks about how, you start out a Taksim and then you go meandering away from home and then you come back. And then you go meandering away and you come back. And then you get brave and you meander a little farther, okay? And so if I'm a singer and I'm singing bottle on the floor, bottle, floor, bottle, floor. Okay, the farther away I get, when I resolve back to home, a lot of times that's an opportunity for a CCO. Just put your readers on. You'll see it Saturday night. Okay, now that I've said that, it won't be those words. But if they're singing a phrase of the music and then they start improvising through that phrase and they get way far off, when they come back, the crowd's going to go wild, okay? And so just watch for that. That's that kind of an opportunity. I'm saying this is sometimes mixed with a drop in the groove and then a pickup, and then that feels even stronger. And what I mean by that is, like if there's a bottle on the floor, has a rhythm of doom ticka doom ticka tick ticka bottle on the floor, bottle on the floor, and then I take it way down and I'm like and the rhythm goes to doom bottle floor bottle floor bottle on the floor. When it comes back to that, that's like, whoa, you can just sense that it's coming back, okay? And so all of that could be happening. There could be a drop in the groove, and I start like getting way far away from home, and the more of that goes on, when it resolves back to normal, usually a CCO, all right? Just put your glasses on, And I chose this video, this low no wait video of George Wassouf's in concert, because we're going to do absolutely every single one of these things within 5 minutes of his video, because this is like huge hit song for him. He's in concert, and obviously the crowd's been waiting for this, and he just pours it on them. He just gushes CCO-ness all over them, all right? The final thing I put there is that folkloric feel. If it's just kind of the music's going along and, they got strings and accordion and then strings and accordion, and all of a sudden they go to strings and then mizmar sound, that usually is pushing the down homeness of it, and you can feel that. Also, if they're playing like a standard little what we call a melody rhythm, like a doom tick a tick, 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 and they change it to Saidi, which has those 2 hard hits in the middle, and they change it to go from doom tick a tick, doom tick a tick, to doom tick, doom tick a tick, doom tick, like mizmar. That you can feel that pull, and that generally signals that it's kind of switched into a more folkloric vibe, and you can push it out a little bit more. And people, you'll see the reactions to that. And then that's really my point with all of this, is just watch for reactions to that and how those kind of opportunities kind of create that extra excitement. Okay, Guylone, how are we doing with Mr. Video? One more second. Any questions? Comments? Concerns?
So this is something you're supposed to
Observe. Yes, I would say this is something that we should observe. When you're in the environment, if you're in Lebanon or Egypt or Café Biblos. Yeah, certainly. And if you're not, if you're on YouTube and you look for live concerts, especially with those 30, 40, 50 musicians behind them. Yeah, Yeah, you can see it all taking place. You're getting ready to. When we get this video loaded up, I'm going to show you. Well, let's look at our words to our song here real quick, because that's going to be kind of interesting. I'll sing it to you. Lona wait, tin selican. What does that mean? Okay. Willy can wizikrayet. Lona wait, tin selican. Willy can wizikrayet. Inu geri khat makani. Inu elbuk mushashani. Inu geri khat makani. Inu elbuk mushashani. What does that mean?
Someone else is taking my place.
So it's a little accusatory. So he's saying, hey man, if you're going to forget everything, all the past and all the memories, then what the hell? Something else is clearly in my place. You're cheating on me. What is going on here? Blah, 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 you know, and so you're going to hear that. That's like kind of meaty, that phrase there. Then he wraps it up. Le tigrahni bikalamik ba tugar means stukat. Why do you hurt me with your words? Just get out of here quietly, please. All right? So, you'll see where he's choosing to embellish and repeat and all that when the video comes up, which I'm sure you're hoping happens soon, so I don't sing that again. Leslie, would you like to sing it? No? You're really bad at singing in Arabic? Like I wasn't just then. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how my transliteration was going here. Thanks. Yeah, I got some of them right. I got some of that right, I know. No, wait. I can just play it on my laptop. Let me just do that real quick. Okay. So grab your beverage and come look at Mr. Screen here for just a sec. Can you make it big?
I don't know if they're going to be able to hear it, though.
What now? Yeah, we need to. Can you start from the beginning? I'm sorry. This is important to me. Thank you. Okay. Lots of people. That was my point. Happy drummer.
Drummers are happy people.
Okay, can you back that up and play it one more time, please?
What part do you want to do?
All of that from the beginning? Yeah. Okay. Here come strings. So this is pretty much playing it as the composition is. Now listen to this keyboard. Much juicier, right? Lots of embellishments, curly, curly. Ah. Ah. Here's the first line. Lona wait, tinselikan, willikan, wizikraya. They can all sing along. Lona wait, tinselikan, willikan, wizikrayat. Inugeri khat makani. Then someone else is taking my place, and your heart is not for me. And he's going to stay on this for look how long. the rhythm changed. Doom, ta, 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 doom, ta, ta, taka, 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 bigger and ready. Same thing over and over. Is he going to do it again? Yes. So he's starting to veer off of home base from that thing. Somebody threw flowers at him. Still singing it. This is the next part. Okay, that's the keyboard guy. So pause it for a second, Gylan. Okay, so this, oh my God, so am I going to keep up going like that? This is a bigger deal. I mean, it's already a big deal because that keyboard player's coming in and he's all curly and all that, but because he repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated and went off and off and off, and the drums came down to that doom, doom, it's an even bigger deal. You know, so this would totally be a CCO. Like if you didn't come out of that with guns ablazing, you would just be like flat, wrong. Okay, carry on. Thank you. Now somebody's asking me out on a date. Yeah, he's thinking about it. I need to find one of these for one of our shows. An A player. Mm-hmm. Yes, just like our show. Okay, you gonna pause it for a second, Gylan? Okay, what's going on there? What's all this? Yale, 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 and it's like just that whole bottle, floor. Yeah, but they do that. You know, yale, that's always like that's just words that they fill space with. So yeah. So he's just he is big time improvising, just kind of revving up the crowd with his beautiful, lovely voice. Hit it. Okay, can you pause it a second, Cullen? Okay. So they're in the verse, he's in the verse now, and he's saying, what's it say?
Everybody's just talking smack about you, right? About me?
Yes, everybody's telling you not to believe me, whatever. Something about the people talking, and he's wanting her to ignore the people talking. And he's saying that the more they say, the more I love you. He's getting ready to say that. So when he gets to the part where he's saying, the more that they talk, the more I love you, he's going to start looping again. So go ahead. This is it. He's starting to get way far away. If he ever comes back, it's going to be a big deal. He's so far off. He's in another country. Another planet. He's thinking of coming back. Ugh. Please come back. Come on. Ah. Oh, all kinds of stuff, yeah.
You see nobody's dancing.
I would. Okay, here we go. Ah! Oh! 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 Guns a-blazing. Guns a-blazing. Woo! Everybody's like, woo! They felt it. They felt the suspense. Yes. Oh, no, not again. Oh. Same line. He's doing it again. Yes. And now watch this. Dun, 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 dun. So they're changing the rhythm to something that sounds like he's just going to do him a wall over it all. Okay, he's coming back to the song. And it says that's doom. Boom. He's back at the song. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's going on again. God dang it. Still that slow groove. Doom. Come on, I'm ready. Okay, you can stop it now. Okay, so it would make sense to us, there was a little drop in the rhythm and then it came up. So that's a good opportunity to travel. So much more going on there than just a little more energy coming out of the musicians. You know what I mean? Like that whole veering off, that deliberate, like if you know the original song and you know that they deliberately changed the rhythm to slow it down, to drop that heavy percussion out, to just let his voice go, and then they bring it back. That's so much more than just, oh, look, more drums. You know, I mean, it's got a deeper meaning and a deeper, it's going to have a deeper reaction from the people because they just followed that whole track of pulling it out from underneath them and then giving it back to them. Okay, so I just think it's important for us to know that as we're out there with live music. Certainly if we've got Jabor with this, because he's a master of this kind of stuff, you know, just like pulling it off track and then bringing it back home. And if you know that there's more going on than just more drums are coming back, then I think that we can put that out there more professionally. Yes? Okay, that's all. Discussion?
Well, I like that when in your little write-up, in your philosophy thing, you mentioned some stuff that maybe some other people might recognize, like some mariachi music.
Right.
Something that is like that. So like I don't know it all, but I know some. And so there's some music that plays and I can pretty much see my whole life when that song played and like, oh my gosh. And so I feel like that's really similar. And so
Yeah.
that kind of feel you can, that was a really good, whatever thing that you put in there.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, I know
To
exactly
compare
what
it,
you mean.
yeah. Yeah, and you can't explain that. You can't take a beginner belly dancer and go, okay, look, when when this happens, do this, and it's not going to read as true. Like you gotta understand where that's coming from, you know. And I back to just keeping your eyes peeled and paying attention, and when Jabor sings them a wall at Cafe Biblos, that's not the time to go to the bathroom and, that's probably the time to zoom in and see what's really getting the reactions, what's his voice doing and all that kind of stuff. Because the vocals, if you can start gleaning this kind of stuff from the vocals, everything else is pretty easy, everything else is pretty easy because we don't speak the language. So you have to try to interpret other things that are going on that they're doing. Yep.
So I remember last year during GBDAC when I was dancing, Jabor did this.
Mm-hmm.
He slowed it down and then he pulled it back in. A section that I would not normally consider CCO, but I recognized what he was doing and I kind of picked it up a little. And apparently I didn't pick it up enough because there was a gentleman from Morocco in the front row who didn't think I was doing enough. He started going like this. Like,
Yeah, come on, pull it out.
I get upset if you don't pick it up. So another reason to try to be cognizant because the audience will recognize that if they're from the Middle East, they'll recognize if you're not picking it up and they won't be happy.
Absolutely. And that's great. Somebody from the Middle East there is giving you a clue of what their expectation is. So better to use that material when you're sitting in the audience than when you're up on stage. Is my point. Yeah, and there's tons of cues in Cafe Biblos. Tons of cues coming from the audience, coming from the musicians, coming from the singer.
You talking about us dancing with live music and acknowledging and learning to
Yeah, learning to recognize all this kind of stuff. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So like when you're sitting, in the audience at like Cafe Biblos, like when you're sitting in the audience and people are like, yeah, and I know this is what I do. I wish I knew what he was saying, like that. I always do. I wish I knew what he was saying. And those are the things where I'm like, oh, that's probably what she's talking about.
Right.
So
It's not necessarily just what he's saying. It's not
like,
necessarily.
well, but
Yeah.
I wish I knew what he was saying.
You can wish you knew what he was saying, but
That's my reaction.
he's
Those
not
are the
gonna
things.
say, telling you a story, and now I'm gonna tell you the big finish. It ends like this. He's gonna say, I'm telling you a story, and I'm gonna tell you the big finish, and it ends like this, and everybody's gonna go wild, and so you'll know that you know, yeah. No, you don't have to go wild too.
Well, in the audience, I'm like, yeah.
You just have to understand. Well, and let me tell you this. You got to do it a lot before it makes any sense. You know, and you can't be like, oh, they just said, "Oule le bouki," and I heard that in the club the other night, and so I have to do this because that, it's like it's not. It's just something that we need to start paying attention to, and over time,
You'll recognize, you feel it. Like,
Yes.
I don't know Spanish at all. I don't know any Spanish. But there's some songs I recognize, and then there's like, oh, okay, that's, I don't know what they're saying.
I know what you're saying now.
Right.
So that is something because it's hard enough just listening and.
it's just another piece of the puzzle, deeper. Yeah, deeper. I would encourage you to do this instead of dance with fan veils. That's all I'm saying.
So it's more about what they do instead of what they say.
Well, it's like the ebbs and flows of energy. You don't have to know what they're saying, but you know they're saying something important. And then if you feel like they're saying something important and then you say like, hey, the crowd's going wild, it's like, I'm on the same wavelength as these musicians. I'm getting it.
Yes, and you will start being able to read the cues. You'll hear those things, those subtle things that are leading into that stuff, and you can ride the wave with them eventually. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and it's
Going on, even though they're saying, and you're like.
yeah. You can pick up a lot. You can turn me off. I'm good. I don't know if I'm off, but I need.